teacher, you are always influenced to buy some things that I promise you don't need. But today, I'm going to tell you some of those things in my opinion. Disclaimer, my opinion. If these works for you, baby, keep it going. But I'm going to tell you some of the things that I have bought that were my worst purchases. I will never, ever buy them again. I have purchased so many different items just because I thought they would work, but the statement is true. What works for one person does not necessarily mean it will work for you. I promise you. So I just kind of want to just dive into this video. I don't want to ramble too much. I just want to hit on the facts. For number one, do not buy a doorbell. My opinion, if it worked for you, baby girl, good. Keep using it. If it worked for you, keep using it. For me, it did not work. My students will be so engaged in the learning that they wouldn't hear the doorbell. When I tell you, I would press that doorbell 30 times and they would not stop. They would not stop. They would keep working. And I'm like, guys, y'all don't hear the doorbell? Sorry, Miss Lewis, we don't hear it. I understand why. You guys are all engaged in doing something right now. Y'all are not focused on hearing this doorbell. So I came up with an alternative. One of my coaches had a bell. It was like one of these old school bells with a little, it was like a chime. You hit that thing, ding, they automatically stop. I don't know if it was just the pitch, the frequency of the bell, but it's like every time the classroom can be so loud. When I tell you guys, they would stop what they're doing, turn on, like track me, and just automatically stop what they're doing. So the doorbell is a great idea, a great attention getter, but it just depends on the type of classroom. So my classroom at the time was very chatty. They were a chatty bunch. Loved them dearly. They were very chatty. So it would take me some time to it would take me numerous times to hit the bell in order for them to actually hear it to stop doing what they were doing. Once I had got this older modeled bell, it automatically worked. I don't know what it was, but I would recommend that. So if the doorbell just did not work for you, I recommend you using the old time bell. I will put the link at the bottom in the description. Automatically, guys, get this bell. Get this bell. I promise you, it save your coins. I know the little doorbell is super cute, you can put them in all the different Bath and Body Works hand sanitizers. Trust me, I know. I had mine in the little gummy bear. It's not worth it. To me, in my opinion, it's not worth it. If it worked for you, great. If it didn't, here's an alternative. Please just get the old time bell. I promise you it will work. So moving on, my second worst purchase was the lights, the voice level lights. If you know, you know. Great idea, great concept, but I promise I would forget about the lights. I automatically would just forget about, just because when I needed their voice off and I was in the back of the classroom helping a friend, it was hard for me to walk all the way to the front of the room to push a light that they will ignore. I promise you, they will ignore that light. To save you some coins in your pockets, it's best to just put them in the slides. If you have your Google Slides out, at the top right or left or bottom or whatever corner, you could just put voice level 0, silent work, voice level 1, voice level 2, just so they can know the type of voice levels, and it can automatically just stay on your PowerPoints instead of just having it on your whiteboard with the pocket lights, pressing them and forgetting, and then they die. The battery just dies randomly. It is aesthetically pleasing. It's really, really cute in your classroom, but it's not functional. The kids ignore it. And even if you did put them in a Google slide, they will still ignore it. It's just like I said, if it works for you, it works for you. But I noticed in my classroom, they would ignore it. So what I would do instead of saying, hey guys, track the board, you see it's a voice level 0, before I needed them to do something, I would already give that instruction. So say I want them to transition for Mac. I'll say, okay guys, at a voice level 0, at a voice level, they'll say 0, you're going to take out your whiteboard, marker, and eraser. Immediately, they knew I need them to transition in a voice level 0 because I gave the command They repeated it. I gave not the command, I gave them the instruction. They repeated the instruction back to me, and then they proceeded to do it. Say I said, okay, friends, put your voice level at a voice level 0, right? At a voice level 0, you're going to transition at a voice level what? 0. And I hear a pin drop. If I hear a whisper of a voice, you can just always what's the word? You can always just redo it. Redo the transition. Oh my God, friends. Too loud. I remember Miss Lewis had a voice level what? Everybody will say 0. So that lets me know they know it. If I put that bucket on the board and I'm like, okay, guys, look at the board. It's voice level 0. They might do it, but it won't last. I'll have to keep reminding them, hey, the lights are on. The light is on. What's my light on? It's on a 0. And then at the end of the day, the battery will die. So my advice is either to put it in your Google slide. I'm so sorry. Like, these are literally my worst purchases. And you can tell, like, I'm very passionate about it. You can just put them in your Google slides or give that as an instruction. Give that as your first instruction so they can know you want their voice off. But 10 out of 10 would not recommend getting the pocket lights. It's a waste of money. It's really a waste of space for your whiteboard. It's cute, but it's a waste of space. You can use that whiteboard space. And it doesn't work. It's a waste. You forget about it. I would not buy the pocket light personally. Nope, wouldn't buy it. Okay, so moving along. My third worst purchase is the reward jar. In my opinion, don't waste your money on the reward jar unless that is your main source of, like, your main reward system. My main reward system, and I need to be honest with myself, my main reward system really is Class Dojo, getting those points, because everybody wants to be the line leader. Everybody wants to be the caboose. So if they have the most points, they get to be the caboose, or they get to shop in the dojo store. So use one positive incentive. Like, so if that reward jar is your main reward system, I would just focus on that. Like, it's hard to do like a reward jar. It's hard to do like all of these different things when you're lesson planning, you're teaching, and you're correcting behaviors. It can be very hard to do those things. So in my opinion, the reward jar was just a terrible purchase. Like, it was cute. Like, if I didn't do Class Dojo, because honestly, like, I didn't get onto Class Dojo just by myself. It's just like something that the whole school does. So even like my principal, other teachers, they would be giving out those rewards. So instead of, like, you know, focusing on this donut jar, like, they're getting rewards all over the school through Class Dojo. So that was technically our main reward system. The reward jar was something I thought would be fun and cool in the classroom, but maybe I'll have to rework it, but it just didn't work for me. For my next worst purchase, it's the letter board. I know you guys seen these all over Pinterest, and it's like you can put a cute little letter, a cute little saying up. I know the first time I used it, and the first and only time I used it, it was like, welcome to Kinder. Welcome to Kinder room 104 was on my board from the time we started in July, to the time it ended. It was so hard for me to remember to change the board. Every time I remember, I'm like, oh, it's okay. It just says welcome to Kinder. It's fine. It really was a waste of money. The little letters are really expensive. I lost a ton of them anyway. So all I could keep up there was welcome to Kinder. It just was not a good purchase. If you're the type to remember to change your letter board, then fine. Get the letter board. For me, forgot. Most of these worst purchases because I forgot to do them and they were aesthetically pleasing. Like, that's the only reason why, like, you can tell I was influenced. But yes, the letter board was not for me. It's really, really, really cute. It's really cute, but it just didn't work for me. If it works for you, great, but would not recommend. And finally, I feel like this is going to be so controversial, but it is. I feel so bad saying this. The affirmation mirror is not for the kids. It's for us. Like, let's just be honest. Like, I was the only one who used the affirmation mirror, and it was just to, like, apply my makeup or just to do some touch-ups here and there. The kids, all they did, and I have kinders, so all they did was literally stand in the mirror and breathe on the mirror. Like, they were just breathing hot air on the mirror. It wasn't like they were saying, oh, I am loved, I am cute. Like, they were just, like, being kids, like just playing in the mirror. It wasn't really like for them. And I feel like that's probably mainly my fault, like, because I didn't tell them. Like, I know I had one little girl go to the affirmation mirror just because she just said something really nasty about herself. So she was like the only child I actually sent to the mirror. But other than that, like, I don't think I really explained it. Maybe that's why it didn't work. But then again, I have 5-year-olds, 4 and 5-year-olds. Like, they're gonna play in that mirror. Like, they're not gonna just go up there, I am loved, and like pose in the mirror. Like, no, they did not use it at all. It was a cute purchase, and I will keep it because, like I said, it's really cute and I used it. But maybe if I just worked it, but honestly, it could just really be like one of those little mirrors like by your desk if you just needed to like touch up your makeup or whatever throughout the day. But other than that, it's really no need to buy a full body mirror for your children to breathe on it, unless you're like, I would say K through 2. Well, just K through 1, I wouldn't buy the affirmation mirror. But like on up, maybe so, because maybe the kids will look in the mirror and actually utilize it for what it's for. But my kiddos didn't, sadly. But will I do it again? Yes, I would. I'll keep it for me because I already purchased it. But will I buy it again? Absolutely not. Like, if it cracks, it cracks. Like, I will not be buying another affirmation mirror. It's honestly just for me. If I need me a new mirror, I will get me a small little personal mirror, keep it by my desk, and that'd be that. But it's not something that I would necessarily say you need as far as teaching purposes. Like, you could teach a life lesson with it, but like I said, maybe for the older kids, but for me, it didn't work. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of my worst purchases. Comment down below some of yours, or if these are your best purchases. I don't know. Maybe you can also tell me ways that I can better remember to actually use some of these purchases. But all in all, always be sure to like this video and subscribe if you would like to see more of me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.